Hey guys, Ogalbina here, bringing you guys our APA Little Cup Wi-Fi Season 4 Week number 7 battle against Brendan, aka Dark Devil 26, I believe is the number behind it. No, it's just Dark Devil, but I believe it's 26. Yeah, Dark Devil 26 and his Vegas Corviknights. Now, before we jump into the video and do the team builder and, get into the battle and all that stuff, I do want to mention that only a good 40 to 50% of you guys that are watching the vid every single week are actually subscribed. So if you want to go ahead, hit that sub button for me. It's completely free. It's super easy, and you can always change your mind later. So I really do appreciate that. But yeah, with that being said, we did unfortunately cop an L last week. It was a train wreck of a video, train wreck of a battle. We got pretty unlucky, but we played a good player. So nonetheless, we are going to drop to 5-1 after that last week. Hopefully we can bounce back this week. Brendan is also playing very well this season. He is 4-2, and he's a very scary team. So I do want to do a quick little team builder just so you can see what we're bringing and why we're bringing it. I'll leave a timestamp in the description below as to when the actual battle starts if you just want to jump ahead to that. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. Our team, if you did forget, in descending speed tiers is going to be Salandit, Dreepy, Chinchou, Volibee, Baltoy, Eevee, Binacle, Snover, Cubchoo, and Yamask. While Brendan's team consists of Wimpod, Drifloon, Galarian Zigzagoon, Larvesta, Rockruff, Galarian Darumaka, Shellos, Milcery, Trapinch, and Gossifleur. Now, right off the bat, biggest starts to us. Larvesta is a Pokemon we do not switch into very well. If we don't get Rock Step, that thing can actually be a very big nuisance for our team, so I want to make sure we do so against it. Drifloon can get out of hand very easily if we do not have our Volibee around, so we're going to have to be careful around that thing. The thing is definitely really scary in the, in the capable player's hand. And a Galarian Darumaka is actually very scary versus us. Incredibly scary. If it hits its moves, it claims a kill versus us. So that's obviously going to be really scary. But let's go ahead and jump into it. First off, we're going to have our Salandit rocking out with the Berry Juice. Oblivious is its ability. Flamethrower, Sludge Wave, Nasty Plot, and Substitute. This Pokemon goes nuts versus our opponent's team. We need a little bit of chip on that traffic. Just a tiny bit. And at +2, we should be able to just cleave through my opponent's team, especially behind the sub. We will be in a phenomenal spot. So that's obviously really clutch for us. Obviously we just need to trip down said Trapinch. We can get a sub up on some pretty fast stuff. If he decides to bring the Milcery, that's great. If he decides to bring the Gossifleur, also great. We are faster than the entirety of my opponent's team outside of the Wimpod and Scarfers. We can sub on a potential Larvesta as well, which is really nice. We also need chip on Shellos, but I think we can with this team force a lot of chip on that thing, and it may not even want to come in general because we have a lot of really good defensive responses to it. So obviously that's really nice for us, and yeah, that's going to be Salandit this week. Next up, we got Chinchou rocking out with the Eviolite, Water Absorb as its ability, Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, Volt Switch, and Hydro Pump. This Pokemon is mainly here to check things like Larvesta on my opponent's team. It can be very annoying for us, even with the EQ. Even with us, being a good fire resist, U-turns are still going to chunk us, so we'll have to be careful. We're a decent Drifloon check as well, which is really nice, and we're a really good Shellos answer, which is also awesome. The reason we're rocking out with Hydro Pump over something like Scald is because it gives us a better roll to knock out the Trapinch after a little bit of chip, so I'd like to do so if at all possible. Ice Beam for stuff like Gossifleur, a more accurate move to hit Trapinch, and then Thunderbolt and Volt Switch is actually incredibly free versus my opponent's team because the stab combination, really, my opponent doesn't want to switch in their Trapinch on a potential Hydro Pump, so we're going to have to be smart about that, and we'll be in a pretty good spot with Chinchou here. Next up, we got Volibee, also rocking out the Eviolite, Overcoat as its ability, Dark Pulse, Air Slash, Roost, and Nasty Plot. Now, typically when you see Nasty Plot, Volibee, you're going to see it with a weak armor. Obviously, trying to proc a physical hit to hit off of it, and then it get +2 speed, and then it clicks Nasty Plot, and it's +2/+2. It's very hard for opposing teams to deal with it. The reason we're Overcoat this week is because I want to take advantage of that Gossifleur. It's something that Brendan has brought in a million times up to this point in the season. I think he's brought into every game, and I don't want that thing sleep powdering me. Volibee is way too important, and we are also bringing Hail, so not getting chipped down by set Hail is really nice for us, honestly. And if we're not getting the defense drop, we can be a pretty reliable defensive check to a lot of things on this team as well. So, and we outspeed a good majority of the threats that are going to, potentially threaten us out. We do speed type stuff like Rockruff and Larvesta and stuff like that, which is not the best. I'd rather not, but we will outspeed a non-Scarf Darumaka and everything lower, which is obviously clutch. And this is a good win con if we can identify said Scarfers. We can beat pretty much anything 1v1 on this team that is not a Scarf Darumaka and that is not a, Scarf, or or a Rockruff if we don't get lucky with the speed tie. So that's obviously clutch for us. Next up, we got Facepalm, the Binacle, rocking out the Berry Juice, Tough Claws' ability, Stealth Rock, Liquidation, Rock Blast, and Shell Smash. This Pokemon is not only a great win con if we can ship down the Shellos, but also a very reliable rocker in this game. The Larvesta is never going to want to stay in us ever. We can always potentially Shell Smash up in that thing's face or the Drifloon's face, which is nice. Rock Blast, because if it is a Sub-Juice Drifloon, I want to be able to rock, what do you call it? Not Nasty Plot up. Shell Smash up, and then a Rock Blast through that thing. Substitute, obviously, hopefully picking it off. We can pick off other Sash Bonds as well. It just hits very, very hard in this matchup in particular. Again, we need chip on stuff like Gossifleur. We need chip on stuff like, what do you call it, Shellos especially, but other than that, this is also a very potential, solid potential win con in this matchup, but it's mainly here to get rocks up and be a nuisance to the Larvesta. Next up, we have our Snover, rocking out the Life Orb. Snow Warning is its ability, Blizzard, Protect, Ice Shard, and Giga Drain. This Pokemon, outside of the Larvesta, rips through my opponent's team. He does not have a switch-in outside of Larvesta to Blizzard plus Giga Drain whatsoever. We are Protect in case of a first impression Trapinch. That can be really annoying in picking us off. And Water Pulse wasn't really doing the most damage to a Larvesta anyways, and I would have to catch it on the switch, and I would just rather not. Protect is nice just to rack up hail damage and potentially avoid said first impression, because once we do that, we can just kind of Giga Drain up on that Trapinch and be in a really, really good spot. And we outspeed a lot of his Fat, and this is really good versus his Fat 4 of Shellos and Gossifleur and, you know, even potentially Trapinch and things like that, which is nice. We are also Protect to scout and see what a potential Scarf Garimako wants to lock into, which is really nice. So I think this is a really solid mod overall, just in really putting some offensive pressure on my opponent. We are Ice Shard as last move just to check on in case we need to pick off a weakened Drifloon or something like that, maybe even a weakened Rockruff, you know, just a bunch of different options like that. Then, lastly, we have our Eevee, rocking out the Life Orb as well. Adaptability is its ability, Double Edge, Facade, Shadow Ball, and Protect. Now, this Pokemon has no switch-ins on my opponent's team. The only normal type pivot that he has on his squad is going to be Drifloon. Rockruff does not count, unfortunately. Now, I would love to fit Quick Attack on this set. I would love to fit Quick Attack on the set. Unfortunately, I just don't see myself being able to. I really want to Protect to, you know, stay at a range of a Trapinch trying to trap me with a first impression. I'd like to be able to get off a Double Edge on that thing if it does try and trap me and really chip it down. If it's Berry Juice, has a chance to just drop depending on the spread and stuff like that. Double Edge plus Facade is really good. Double Edge into Facade should kill Shellos, and if it wants to burn us with a Scald or something like that, we can just Facade through the rest of the team. And then Shadow Ball is obviously for the Drifloon, being able to not be walled by that thing and, you know, hit it whether or not we get bird pretty hard, because if it's like a sub-Willow set, it can potentially beat us 1v1 depending on, you know, if we were Bite in order to catch that thing or something like that. So I figured Shadow Ball was a little bit nicer in this matchup in particular, and yeah, that is going to be the team. I will be right back with the battle. Alright guys, here we are with the battle. Let's see what Brendan brought. He brought Drifloon, Ziggy, Shellos, Rockruff. Oh, no Larvesta. That's awesome. Okay, Trapinch. I understand why he didn't bring it, but I thought it was very good versus me. Gossifleur. I'm not even gonna type it all out. It's too long. It's too long. Right off rip, I kind of want to just leave Eevee and click a button. Another thing I can do. No, we're gonna lead Big Newt. He does not have a resist to our dual stabs on his team, which is really nice for us. If we can get up rocks, it's obviously really great for us as well. We'll be in a really good spot. We just need to position ourselves correctly, and we'll be chilling. So, good luck, have fun to Brendan. I'm hoping he leads Gossifleur. That would be, like, best case scenario, and I know he does so a lot. So, we'll take it if he does. So, what is that? That is going to be the Trapinch. Okay. So we're going to lead with our Snover. Now, off rip, how are we feeling about this? Trapinch. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Protect. 252, in case he is first impression. That can kill us on a max roll, though it shouldn't kill us in most instances. Actually, that's not even adamant, so let me talk adamant. Adamant actually has a 50-50 roll to kill us, so I am going to click Protect. And we'll see what we can do. I'm assuming he's going to try and get first impression damage off because he's kind of realizing I don't switch into this Pokemon whatsoever. And this will also let me break a Sash from him, which is also super clutch. And Blizzard should always pick up a KO on this thing. So we are going to protect, hopefully shielding ourselves from this first impression as we do. Very clean. So it's always great to see stuff like that work out. It's always great to see stuff like that work out. And from this point, I'm just going to throw off a Blizzard. There's not a single Pokemon on his team that wants to switch into Big Newt right here. Not a single Pokemon. So we should be able to nab us one here. Yeah, awesome. Let's see how much Rockruff takes. Can Rockruff pivot? It's like Juice. It cannot. It cannot. Eviolite. Let's see. Evio. Eviolite dies from, what do you call it? Blizzard into another hit. Pink is better. Okay. So, now, part of me really thinks he's gonna pivot out of this thing. We're gonna double Blizzard. I'm making the play. I don't think you should stay in. I think he's gonna try and pivot out into his Drifloon. I refuse to believe what you're doing. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. You're gonna use this as a pivot. I am a grass type. Now he's just gonna stay in. Okay. Can't say I agree. Be honest. Toxic. Okay. Well, he was just gonna give us that, which would have been so nice for the rest of our team. Good lord. It's whatever. It's all good. It's all good. I almost want to do it again. I just feel like you shouldn't give this to me. Whatever. I want to click Great Drain. Oh, I should have clicked Blizzard again. I should have clicked Blizzard. I should have clicked Blizzard. I figured pivoting would be his best play. I'll be honest. I really do think pivoting was his best play at that point. Okay, so he just gives it to me. We're going to get all that back, so whatever. Okay, so Big Newt. Clutch. Good stuff. He can't go into Trap Engine and revenge us with a first impression, because we will just be able to protect, and then I'll just throw off a Blizzard again. Now there's no Blizzard resist on his team, so if we can position this thing in again, we're going to get off a big hit. So that's great, actually. Buddy. The Rockruff. I think my play here is to go into good old Facepalm. You shouldn't be able to knock me out. He's gonna miss. That's good for me. How do you feel about rocks in this game, opposed to just clicking a button? Yeah, I'm just gonna get rocks. Stealth Rock gonna go up. He's probably gonna go Gossifleur. Purple. I don't know any of these names. Oh, hello. So we're gonna get up our rocks and be chilling. This is a Toxic Orb is gonna pop. To be honest, I kind of just want to stay in and click a button versus this thing. Zagoon Galar at level 5 with no bulk because he is Toxic Orb or something like that. If he's poisoned, he should go down to this next hit. C-Bomb. Oh, I did not know this thing got C-Bomb. Live, 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 live! Fuck, is that a crit? Oh my god, that's bad. That's kind of bad. I'll be honest. That's not great. Poisoned with Facade to our dude, which is gonna be Ogalbina. Facade does not 2-hit KO us. Yeah, it does not. I'm gonna go for an Air Slash. This is a clean 2-hit KO. He's just gonna parting shot out. That's completely fine. What do we go into right here? Fuck, I did not think that killed. I did not think that killed. He doesn't have good switch-ins to this. Like, he can go into his rock ruff, I suppose. But yeah, I guess. I guess. So, Air Slash is gonna pop. Good stuff. I don't have good switch-ins to this, though, unfortunately. I think what I'm gonna do is go into my EV. We can win a speed tie if he wants to get up his rocks here. Yeah. Let's see. Do a rock ruff. And I'm just gonna throw off a double edge. It does knock him out from here. He's gonna stone edge. He's gonna hit. Is he life orb? He has to be life orb that killed me, right? Yeah. So he is. And from here, got one play, unfortunately. We're gonna go into Chin Chow. And from here, I'm in kind of a tough spot. Kind of gotta click Thunderbolt. As much as I wanted to, I should have bolted. Oh, I'm not playing aggressive enough this game. I got a little too comfortable. We're not playing aggressive enough. Give me the para. No? That's okay. I can't wish for stuff like that. I'm gonna go Simplord, because I know Brendan loves his jetpack gloss flare, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him do it. Wouldn't be surprised to see him do it right here. That's interesting. He's gonna get rid of the rocks, which is fine. I'm gonna sub up. He doesn't know if I'm Scarf either. I haven't shown anything. So I don't think staying in is a good play. Yeah. So he's going to pivot out. Just going to be Drifloon. Just land it at +2 to a Drifloon. So I'm going to Nasty Plot. We're gonna Nasty Plot up. This thing should never be able to knock me out from full either. And then from here, I'm just gonna throw off a big +2 flamethrower. As this thing isn't Evio, it should just drop. So it is going to drop. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Sparkle. It's gonna be this guy. Alright. I don't have good switch-ins to you. Zagoon Galar. Make sure I live. I'm pretty sure I do, even if he's adamant. With a Toxic Orb. And Facade. At level 5. So Adamant is a roll to knock me out. If he's Adamant. He's not going to get it if he was. We're going to be able to flamethrower and take this thing out as well. Pretty solid positioning for your hero. Fortunately, we are going to get trapped by said trappings. Out he comes, the big guy himself. Man, the myth, the legend. I'm just going to flamethrower in case first impression doesn't knock us out for some reason. Quick attack. That's completely fine. Good bring. Good bring. First impression would have taken us out, but I guess, you know, he might be crazy defensive, and he might get like a min roll, I guess. Who knows? Now, I think my play right here is going Big Newt. And throw off a Giga Drain. Hooked on a feeling. Yes, I am. Just gonna Giga Drain. He's gonna switch out into James Turner. It's gonna be this guy. But I just throw off a pretty free Blizzard, right? Yeah, that's fine. I don't think this was his sack. I don't think this was his sack because of the fact that Chinchou should win in the back now, right? So Argonne Blizzard, this should knock it out. Or Life Orb. Big Newt coming up clutch. Rockruff can even miss. Rockruff can even miss. I don't want to say that. I feel bad, but Rockruff can even miss. And Ice, so what this should do is it should also put him in range of me clicking Ice Shard into Ice Beam as the most safe possible play for me to win this game. Yeah. But he's going to come out. That's completely fine. I'm going to click Ice Shard. No reason not to. Because he's Life Orb, and why not? Stone Edge is going to come out. It's going to hit. That's fine. Down this guy goes. As now we just go into Chinchou. And we click Ice Beam. Let's go Chinchou into an Eviolite Trap. Finch. Into our, what do you call it? Vullaby. Vullaby does about 30%. So 30 minus my Chinchou, doing about 40. I think I might have to go for the Hydro here. Hold on. What's 11? So he'd be at 11 if we got a mid-roll. And we go into Vullaby. I'm gonna click Pump. Hit. Hit. Let's go. So we're gonna do this, and this should put him in range. If he's not EVO, then he, yeah. So we should win. Woo! Woo! Thank God. Yeah, he was very bulky. So I wanted to make sure we put ourselves in a position where we guaranteed one with Vullaby in the back with a Dark Pulse. I was gonna stop. It's whatever. It's whatever. We're gonna go Vullaby. And we're gonna click Dark Pulse. Very, very close game. Good game, Brendan. That Rockruff was a threat, man. Where did Jason? Dark Pulse. It should be the game. He's gonna quick attack. That's fine. Gonna do nothing. Let me Dark Pulse. Bop! Bop! There we go. We're gonna be able to pick up a nice clean 1-0 victory against Dark Devil 26 in his Vegas Corviknights. Very good game to him. That was one that had me on the edge of my seat, that's for sure. He's playing great despite not knowing Little Cup very much at all going into this, not having much prior background knowledge. So, huge shouts to him for joining the league and, you know, obviously uploading it. Definitely go check out his side in the description below. I'll try and, you know, potentially line up uploads with him depending on when he does his, but I'm pretty sure he uploads on the same day as we do. So, I'll definitely link his. Go drop him a sub. I know he's been grinding his content lately, and it would be really nice of you to do so. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to hit that like button. If you are new here, like I said, go ahead and hit the sub. It's free, and you can always change your mind later. But yeah, with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Later.